things that I can learn.
Coach Dave Griffiths with WTXL ABC 27 here in Tallahassee. You enter a situation with the defense that finished kind of in the bottom of the NCAA Division I this last year.
Right.
How do you go in to that as, I guess, type of a challenge, knowing that you've got a little bit of a ways to go to get back to where you were looking at it in 92, 93?
Well, I've been in worse situations. When we went to East Carolina, we were last, in defense in a lot of categories. And I think you have to, you put blinders on to outside, impressions or past performances, and then you go in and you put your plan in place and your defense in place, which is what Coach Stoops is doing, and you put the guys in position to succeed and turn them loose, and you make decisions based on what they show you from the day you got here. Things can change in a hurry and things can get worse in a hurry. As long as the players believe that you have a good plan and they're going to succeed in it, the numbers from last year don't mean anything. They can be a motivating factor for the players, but we've got eyes in front of our head and not behind it. So we're eyes forward, and the kids have embraced it. Players have really embraced what we're going to put in place for them, and I think it's going to be a good change for them.
You've also got a couple new guys coming in, obviously, this year. Guys that Coach Fisher seemed really excited about, the linebackers specifically that you're going to work with. What are your impressions on these new guys?
You talked about the guys we signed?
Yeah, the new signings like Rocky.
Rivals says they're good, and I think they're good on film. I know they look good. I like linebackers that I have to look up to. I like that, and they can run. But, coming in as a freshman, and when you come to me, this is an elite program, you have to be a special player to make things happen as a freshman. So we've got to be guarded that those are not the saviors of Florida State football. Those are ambassadors and future good football players. And to put that label on them probably isn't fair based on, what they're going to be able to do as a freshman. But they have talent. They would not have been recruited if they didn't have great talent. And it'll be the coach's job to make sure that that talent is used and used in the right way, and then improved. But there's a reason we also got good ones like that, because the opportunity is here. The future's now with what we're doing, and we don't have great numbers, as far as scholarship guys right now at linebacker, and that's why it was a priority. But it's a good mix of body types and skill level that we got to match up with what we already have here.
What did your discussions with Jimbo become serious about coming here?
I don't know, 10 years ago. I think as soon as it was official for Coach to, make a decision, on staff and all that, it was, he knew he could call and say, "You want to come to Florida State?" And I was going to go, "Yeah, okay." I mean, it was one of those deals. We talked in bits and pieces, but I'm very guarded about jobs, because of the friendship, and I probably quit calling when the takeover became official, as much as I would as a friend, because I didn't want him to assume that I was only calling, for a position. I kept sending him letters. No, I'm just kidding. I put a billboard up on the road here. I don't know if you saw it, but no, it was, we talked through at the end of the season when it became appropriate to talk. He was very professional about it. Called Coach Holtz when it was time, and believe me, Coach Fisher knew that if he wanted me to come work here, I was going to come, and it was just details after that.
A lot of people speculated you might be the defensive coordinator. After Coach Andrews decided to retire, his name surfaced a lot with that opening. Did you expect to have that position, or
no?
Were you?
No.
Okay.
No. The internet and the stuff that comes out now, it's wild. I mean, there was a number of names, obviously, that were in the mix, and I think Coach had to make a hire that could sell winning and was a good combination of things, and I just wanted to be on the team. You know, it was something that I wanted to do regardless of title. And all that stuff that just, it's all hype, you know. You guys made my phone ring a lot, I can tell you that, you know. People calling, asking, and a lot of friends I hadn't talked to in years started calling. You know, exactly, you know.
Hey, when you were at Cincinnati, was there anything about Jimbo that made you think that guy's going to be a head coach?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I met him, I mean, just, you know, certain guys come in a room in our business and have the personality, and they have the foresight and the knowledge. You know, I knew right away he knew football. At the time that him and I had met, I had been coaching offense for the last 6 years. So I understood what he was doing, and I was really impressed with what was going on in his young career. And, you know, Rick Minner, at the time when he hired him, you know, we went out that night, and I got to spend the evening, you know, with Coach Fisher and with his wife, with Candy, and just listening to him talk about how they did things at Auburn. And he was very involved in the changes that were going on in college football with the spread and stuff like that, and then his personality, and then watching him coach. You know, when you saw him on the field and the way the kids responded to him and the way we played as an offense was very impressive.
Coach Tim, with the Osceola, can you talk just a little bit about your philosophy with the linebackers?